You're watching Reality Check. I spent the better part of today evening in New Delhi's Vigyan Bhavan attending the third and last in a series of lectures by the RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat. In the audience, apart from those that may be considered home team, that is RSS and BJP functionaries as well as a smattering of ministers, I spotted a mix of journalists, diplomats and representatives of other religions like Buddhist monks, for instance. A mix that has come to connote what the RSS calls the ethos of this event, to demystify the organization and its beliefs. What matters though are words. And in his 3-day Man Ki Baat, has Mohan Bhagwat managed to disarm his critics by speaking in a language of greater moderation, supporting caste reservation, speaking in favor of gay rights, describing Muslims as part of the Hindutva project, and condemning cow vigilantism. Or are these entrenched views simply being reframed in ways to confuse the RSS's critics? Now let's take each of the key Bhagwat pronouncements to our panel one by one, and let's begin with a variation of what he had said a day ago, that Hindutva does not exclude Muslims. Why? Because, and this has always been the RSS position, that all Indians are essentially Hindus.
जनजातीय समाज भी हिंदू है। कल मैंने जिस राष्ट्रीयता का वर्णन किया हमारी कल्पना का, उस अर्थ में जनजातीय समाज भी हिंदू समाज ही है। भारत में रहने वाले सब लोग हिंदू ही है, पहचान की दृष्टि से, राष्ट्रीयता की दृष्टि से। ये कुछ लोग जानते हैं, गर्व से कहते हैं, कुछ लोग जानते हैं, नहीं गर्व नहीं अनुभव होता, हाँ है भाई, इतना कहते हैं। कुछ लोग जानते हैं लेकिन अन्य किसी बात के कारण कहने में संकोच करते हैं, और कुछ लोग नहीं जानते इसलिए नहीं कहते।
Now yesterday, speaking in a similar vein, he had said this.
हमारा हिंदू राष्ट्र है, हिंदू राष्ट्र है, इसका मतलब इसमें मुसलमान नहीं चाहिए, ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं होता। जिस दिन ये कहा जाएगा कि हाँ मुसलमान नहीं चाहिए, उस दिन वो हिंदुत्व नहीं रहेगा। हाँ, उसको आप हम जैसा कहते हो वैसा हिंदू मत कहो, चलेगा, आप उसको भारतीय कहो, हम आपके कहने का सम्मान करते हैं।
All right, okay, let me just take this across to panel. Ratan Sharda is with us, RSS thinker, joins us from Mumbai. He's also written recently a book on the RSS. Shantanu Gupta is here with us, author of a book on Yogi Adityanath, the monk who became chief minister, also a political analyst. We're going to have more voices on in just a second. Ratan Sharda, to you first. Now, this is something which in a way has been seen as the RSS chief moving the wheel, talking about how Muslims are also part of the Hindutva project. That it's wrong to say that they are excluded from the Hindutva project or indeed from the vantage of the Hindu Rashtra. But the critics of the RSS are already saying that this is nothing very new. This is the way in which, in a sense, the RSS has always treated the so-called non-Indic religions as a kind of secondary status, that you have to accept your Hinduism. Even Muslims have to accept the fact that they are culturally Hindus, spiritually Hindus, and unless they do that, they really are second-class citizens. Ratan Sharda, are you able to hear me? Ratan Sharda seems to be indicating that he can't hear me yet, so I'll just take that to Shantanu Gupta. Yep. Same question to you.
See, Vasu, if we trace back to the definition of Hindutva or Hindu Rashtra, I think the term first came from Savarkar's work, Hindutva. And Savarkar, who is considered the ideologue, and even Hedgewar talked to Savarkar before forming RSS. I think his idea of Hindutva was very different. He was an atheist. He said Hinduism is just part of Hindutva.
Right.
And anyone, he used the word Pitrabhumi and Pitrabhumi and Punyabhumi. So whoever consider India as his motherland and holy land, whoever has a belief in the common culture, common heroes, shared history, shared text, is part of his nation.
Why would one want to
because
deny?
You're living in this land, just praise his history, just be part of his history. So
no,
that was his idea. So I think it was, in fact, the first flag which was unfurled and designed by Savarkar in Germany, first Indian flag, has Muslim representation in form of a moon and a Hindu representation in form of a sun. In fact, when Gandhi went to India House in London, in the speech Savarkar told, in the sky of Hinduism, all the religions are as beautiful as a rainbow.
No,
so
there's a difference between, hold on. There's a difference between saying that if you live in a particular country, that you have to respect the value or ethos of that country.
Exactly.
But how or who gets to define that? We are defined by the Constitution. The Constitution does not distinguish between one religion or the other. It does not say that India is culturally, spiritually, or from a religious point of view the property of any one religion. It treats all the same. And let me just take that to Apurvanand. I will come back to you. Apurvanand, Professor of Hindi at the University of Delhi, someone who is a critic of the RSS. Apurvanand, what do you, we are just talking right now about Mohan Bhagwat's pronouncements on Hinduism, where he says that Muslims are also part of the Hindutva project. Without Muslims, he says, Hindutva does not work. Do you see that as a attempt by him to cast Hindutva, to cast the RSS in a more liberal, accommodative mold? Or do you think this is the RSS reiterating its old positions, perhaps in a slightly different, more nuanced grammar?
I think it's a very old and established line of RSS, because in my childhood, I remember the RSS people telling me that Muslims are Mohammedan Hindus and Christians are Masihi Hindus. So this is how they try to assimilate Muslims and Christians into the fold of Hinduism or Hindutva. And that's exactly what Mohan Bhagwat is trying to express in a different way. But today, as I read it in the Indian Express, he was very clear that people who don't call themselves Hindu have other reasons for this, and they hesitate, but they are Hindus. So I think what Mohan Bhagwat is trying to imply is that those who don't call themselves Hindus are unconscious Hindus, but they are Hindus nevertheless.
Okay, so I want to go back to Ratan Sharda.
It's a very old line he is repeating.
Okay, I want to go back to Ratan Sharda, where I want to ask Ratan Sharda that in line with what we are saying, Ratan Sharda, on one hand we have Mr. Bhagwat here taking what some could say is a more inclusive line, but let's just listen to what he said at the World Hindu Congress, where he talked about how if the lions do not unite, you are attacked by dogs. Let's listen.
When our Karyakartas used to go and talk to Hindu eminences about organizing the Hindus, they used to say, "Sher kabhi jhund mein nahi chalta." But even that lion, that Royal Bengal tiger, king of his own jungle, if he is alone, wild dogs together can invade and destroy.
Ratan Sharda, who are the wild dogs that Mr. Bhagwat was referring to? These wild dogs who've invaded and destroyed.
See, he referred to Indian citizens as lions. He referred to Indians as lions. Now, those wild dogs can be anybody.
No,
why do you want to identify what it is? A very
no, who do you think he meant?
Not something targeted anybody.
Who do you think he meant?
The strong personality of Indian citizens and Hindus. He was not talking. It could be Pakistan. It could be Bangladesh. Anybody. Why do you want to identify who is the enemy? It could be Nexus for all I know.
Isn't it important to identify?
Break the country. They could be the wild dogs. I don't know.
No, but isn't it important to identify who he meant?
On a 40-minute speech is doing disservice to Dr. Mohan Bhagwat.
Okay.
Now coming to
no, but I want to ask you
of Constitution, I would say
I want to ask you though. One second, Ratan Sharda, just a second,
just a second. Constitution.
Ratan Sharda, just a second, just a second.
Your remark, I am getting a lot of echo. There is a lot of problem with the sound. Let me complain.
Okay, you go ahead.
Listen to you. There is a lot of problem with the noise, with the voice.
Complete.
Please go ahead if I can hear you. Please go ahead.
No, complete.
Okay.
Complete.
I heard a little bit of what you talked about. Constitution guarantees this or that. let us be sure that this country was not born on 15th August 1947. Constitution was made of independent country in 1950, but before that, there is long history of India being a nation culturally and geographically for thousands of years. There are so many proofs of that. So why not hark back to our own civilization? We welcomed everybody, whether it's a persecuted minority, individuals, or with people of various religions, Jews,
I don't
Parsi,
understand.
even Syrian
Are you
Christians
saying
and
that we
Muslims
have
who
to?
came earlier on, they were
Are you
welcomed,
saying we have
they
to
stayed
ignore
here.
the Constitution?
So why can't we go by that culture definition of India? Why do you want to link it to only the new document?
Why do I want to link it to the new document? We're talking about the Constitution of India. We're not talking about any document.
Where again, Dr. Ambedkar clearly talked about liberty, equality, brotherhood coming from Buddha. He didn't say it came from France. So he talks of
that has
nothing
to do
tradition of Buddha,
but that has nothing to do with the Constitution. Sir, that has nothing to do with the Constitution granting equal rights to all citizens, granting equality and freedom to practice faith,
exactly,
and making it clear that no one faith can claim to have cultural supremacy over the other.
No, go by preamble.
Either you accept it or you don't. You can't say I want Hindu Rashtra.
Comes from Buddha's thoughts.
You can't say I want Hindu Rashtra and I respect the Constitution. The two things don't add up.
Equality comes by very nature of Hindu Dharma. Hindu Dharma gives equal respect to all sects, all faiths. It welcomes every kind of plurality. That is Hinduism. So that Hinduism is the very basis of Indian Constitution, which talks of equality before religion. That's truly what Hindu thought is.
The Indian Constitution doesn't say that. The Indian Constitution doesn't
Show
say
me any neighboring country where you have the same equality, where you have same sense of secularity, where other religions survived, whether Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, what did survive?
Okay, this is why.
Nothing
okay,
survived.
All right, I'll have to pause you here because I need to move on.
Nature
I'll
is
have
what
to pause you
Constitution
here, otherwise we'll have to silence mics because I need to move on. I need to move on. This is the problem. This is where we run into a problem about how exactly the RSS perceives the Constitution. But let me move on now before I come to the rest of the panel and play you something else which Mohan Bhagwat said, where when asked a question about cow vigilantism, he emphatically denounced it, saying no one should take their law into their own hands.
गाय का क्यों किसी भी प्रश्न पर कानून हाथ में लेना, हिंसा करना, तोड़फोड़ करना, ये अत्यंत अनुचित अपराध है और उस पर कड़ी कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए, अपराधियों को सजा होनी चाहिए। तो गौरक्षा तो होनी चाहिए, संविधान का भी मार्गदर्शक तत्व है, तो उसका पालन करना चाहिए। लेकिन गौरक्षा केवल कानून से नहीं होती। गौरक्षा करने वाले देश के नागरिक गाय को पहले रखे, वो गाय को रखेंगे नहीं और खुला छोड़ देंगे तो उपद्रव होगा। तो गौरक्षा के बारे में आस्था पर प्रश्न लगता है। अच्छी गौशालाएं चलाने वाले, भक्ति से चलाने वाले मुसलमान भी अपने देश में बहुत जगह है।
Jaivir Shergill of the Congress, surely on this, Jaivir, when the RSS chief is condemning cow vigilantism, and he's by the way said a number of other things as well. He's talked about how they are largely in support of the striking down of Section 377, supporting gay rights, supporting reservations. At least on these aspects, would you congratulate him? Would you admire what he said?
No. There is a saying,
Why not?
desperate times call for desperate measures.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm giving you 3-4 specific answers to it.
On cow vigilantism, why not?
RSS, yes, I'm giving you. RSS in their 3-day conclave cannot change their 4 rigid qualities. 1, anti-constitution, anti-secularism, anti-diversity and anti-women, whether Hindu or Muslim. Point 1. Point 2, condemning lynching and encouraging violence on the ground. Silence on the mic and violence on the ground is a fixed match which is peddled by BJP and RSS. After Prime Minister Modi's condemnation, lot of people have died in lynching and all these are weasel words. Number 3, RSS seems to have got into a misconception by this event management stunt. They can control the damage done by BJP and RSS combined to all the section of the society in the 4 years.
Okay,
now I was hearing your panel. Srinivasanji, last, I want to just read out one thing from Govalkar's book.
No, Govalkar's book, I'm coming to in a second.
This bubble.
Jaivir,
No.
Jaivir.
No.
I know you want to read out from bunch of thoughts.
Pakistanis and Christians are bloodsuckers. This is written in his book. If Mohan Bhagwat is pretending to be holier than thou, he should condemn Govalkar. He should dismiss Anand Haigade, who called Dalits barking dogs.
Okay.
He should dismiss Adityanath, who said women are objects who cannot be left open and
Okay.
need to be tamed.
Okay. Point made.
Trust him.
Point made. Jaivir, point made. Let me come to Shantanu. In fact, on Golwalkar, he said something which the RSS has been saying for a considerable period of time, that Golwalkar made those remarks in his time and they need to be taken in that context.
Exactly.
Whether he should outright disown him is of course a matter of debate, but respond to this business of words are one thing. When you talk of condemning violence, everyone condemns violence. But on the ground, it's very different. That it is often groups that either align themselves directly or indirectly to the RSS or the Sangh Parivar that are actually behind these egregious acts of cow vigilantism.
Then that can be one of your panelist version or maybe your version, but there is no link ever established between any cow vigilante group and RSS, right? Anyone who are wearing a saffron or tikka, if you connect to RSS, that can be somebody's naivety. So whatever Mohan Bhagwat told on reservation, cows, Muslims, they were speaking that ever. The RSS spokesman earlier, Ram Madhav and RSS people who are coming on your shows ever, they're always pandering that line. Today Mohan Bhagwat formally took all the questions and answered that. A lot of RSS literature is available. If people have not accessed it, that's their problem, right? Muslim Rashtriya Manch, which has lakhs and lakhs of Muslim volunteers, is part of RSS from last 2 decades.
Right.
So it's nothing new. They have a Dalit Manch, they have a Sevika Manch, they have a Christian Manch, they have a Sikh Manch. All of that is already existing for the last couple of decades. If people don't have access to it, that's their problem.
Okay, Apurvanand, you want to respond to that? That what Mohan Bhagwat said today is actually in line with a systematic attempt to try to position the RSS in a more inclusive way.
The RSS chiefs said while condemning cow vigilantism, and this is the complete sentence. He said that we have to reject the double speak, as there is no talk of violence by cow smugglers. There should be stringent punishment in such cases. So this is what I call dog whistle and double speak. The real message is here, that he is talking about violence by cow smugglers. And here is the emphasis. And we forget it and we are not talking about it. Who are these cow smugglers? Who are the people who have been lynched? Were all of them cow smugglers? So this is what I call cunning, and this is what I call cleverness,
this is dog whistle
which
politics.
RSS always employs while speaking in his speech.
All right.
And which naive liberals and others forget to notice.
Okay, let me come to Nirja. Nirja, I'm coming to you in a second, but before I come to you, I want to play you one more clip that Mohan Bhagwat has spoken of in this lecture series, and that has to do with the fact that he claims the BJP and the RSS are separate. There is no connection between the two. The RSS is not the remote control of the BJP. Let's play you that clip.
उनको सलाह चाहिए तो वो पूछते हैं, अगर हम दे सकते हैं तो हम देते हैं, परंतु उनके राजनीति पर हमारा कोई प्रभाव नहीं, सरकार की नीतियों पर हमारा कोई प्रभाव नहीं है। वो हमारी स्वयंसेवक है, उनको विचार दृष्टि सब मिली है, वो भी समर्थ है अपने अपने कार्यक्षेत्र में उन विचारों को प्रत्यक्ष करने के लिए।
Nija, what did you make of that? About this claim that when he says that it's only simply existing as an advisory role. This has been the RSS's old position. But I mean, we can just put up on screen countless images of the RSS and the BJP leadership together in meeting after meeting, clearly doing more than simple salahkari. So why this continued attempt to distance yourself from essentially an organization of which you are the parent?
If I was to decode it politically, I would say yes, the RSS is distancing itself from the BJP, is telling the BJP leadership, do not take us for granted. And, in the past, the RSS has supported Indira Gandhi, if you'll remember, in the 80s, elections in Jammu and Kashmir, elections in Delhi, even the 1984 elections after Indira Gandhi's assassination.
Right.
So they are saying when they say our Swayam Sevaks are not, are free to vote for whoever they want, to support whoever they want, it's a clear message to me that they not only want to have a makeover, throw the net wider for the liberal Hindu to come into their organization which they want to mainstream, but also telling the BJP leadership, don't take us for granted, and that means there must be things that they are unhappy about the way the leadership is going about things.
Okay. But I want to ask you, Ratan Sharda, that when the RSS says that we are simply there only to give advice to the BJP if they want it, we don't have anything to do with government and policy. We just did a random Google search of articles that talk about how the RSS and the BJP have actually sat and discussed policy, or the RSS has intervened in ensuring that the BJP is changing its leadership, its appointments, its positions on issues, and dozens of entries have come up. There you go, Amit Shah meets RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat to discuss presidential candidate. BJP RSS summit, Amit Shah, union ministers attend to discuss policy including disinvestment. Then we've got RSS leaders Ram Madhav and others to revisit Jammu and Kashmir policy.
Ram Madhav is
now with the BJP, but at that time he was with the RSS. RSS leaders planned 5-day Pune meet to review feedback on government. RSS asked BJP to make over its anti-Dalit policies, or anti-Dalit image rather. RSS replaces key BJP linkmen in 3 UP regions. I could go on and on, Ratan Sharda.
See, let me first answer the so-called lynching issues that have been talked about and the way they are trying to draw RSS into it. I have got a total data, corrected data from Gaurakshaks, where nearly 20 people have been lynched by cow smugglers.
Okay,
I know of RSS volunteers who were lynched by cow smugglers. So let us not say it's a false case, it's a true case.
Okay.
Coming to RSS, coming to RSS, yes. So coming to RS influence,
yes.
He has openly said it that we have worked together for years.
Yes.
We do exchange ideas. I, as an insider, enough having researched RSS, enough know that many of the ideas of RSS have not been implemented, not been agreed to. I know it for a fact. I have done last 7
he is not saying
research on RSS for my thesis. I can say for sure that RSS has proposed, BJP has not agreed.
No, but he is not saying that we work together.
BJP to accept or not accept it. What is wrong about it? At least they are the people who came out of RSS.
Right.
It is not a body which has been imposed on BJP. They are colleagues today.
No, but he is not saying that they work together. He is saying that
them the right to talk, but they don't agree. What he says newspaper. See, what
no, but he is not saying that. He is saying we don't run the affairs of the BJP or the government. Well, we produced 10 examples just through a Google search which shows that they do exactly that.
I know for a fact. Why Google search? That's all newspaper. I know for a fact that many of the recommendations of RSS not accepted, which is fair enough.
That's not the
because
point,
that's
though.
politics.
Okay,
that's
Javier Shergill wants to come
as an advisor, as a person who knows somebody like you give advice, I can give an advice.
Javier Shergill, come in.
At least we are not like NSC, unelected people.
Okay, Javier Shergill, come in.
Coming from
Javier
background.
Shergill. Okay, all right. Javier Shergill, go ahead. Javier Shergill.
One thing we have to realize, BJP is a living example of RSS betrayal and backstabbing of undertaking given to Sardar Patel to remain just a social organization. Now I want to ask a question to each of the panelists. Name one BJP president appointed without RSS stamp in recent times. BJP president is not elected by election system or a cadre system. Amit Shah, Nitin Gadkari, LK Advani, Bangaru, Lakshman, any president of their choice they want to name, which was appointed by the will of the BJP workers and not by the will of RSS, I will surrender my case.
You asked a question, can I put it to Shantanu?
It's very interesting to
hear.
Can
you name one president?
It's very interesting to hear from Javier Shergill when after a very so-called democratic process,
Okay,
always Rahul Gandhi comes up as a leader, right?
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Answer the question.
I'm telling you. RSS can be an ideological compass for BJP, and they always agree to that. But again, the final stamp is who's based on the merit, based on the condition, based who's politically up that time, it's made.
Answer the question.
See, so you show me the stamp of RSS, you show me a letter written by RSS on an RSS letterhead signed by Mohan Bhagwat who endorsed Amit Shah. So I'm saying, it's a consultative, it's a consultative process. Lot of people, lot of like-minded people come together and they appoint a person. See, Mazdoor Sangh of RSS is against a lot of labor reforms. Swadeshi Jagran Manch is against FDI, right? In fact, Atal's and Sudarshan ji's conflict was very known in media, even media. So they go hand in hand, is like complete naivety, Vasu.
Isn't it true that the RSS is like the human resources, the HRD department of the BJP? So they sit and decide. They decide who gets placed where. So what can be more direct than that?
Out of 80 ministers, certain percentage come from RSS, but a lot of even ministers who don't have RSS background.
Can I ask you, Neerja?
A lot of ministers who don't have RSS background.
Let me just go to Neerja. She's barely had a chance. Neerja, can I just ask you in conclusion that just stepping back from all this, is this Mohan Bhagwat Man Ki Baat something that in an interesting way has put the BJP on notice that Mr. Bhagwat is in a sense setting the social and political agenda here, which is not always in sync with the sort of voices that we're hearing from the BJP or the government? Is this helping the BJP or is this somewhat embarrassing the BJP?
I would say, yeah, I think as far as the leadership is concerned, you know, him saying, referring to Congress Mukt, he said, no, we don't believe in Mukt, we believe in Yukt, and he praised the Congress on the first day and so on.
Yes, he did, yeah.
I would say two things. That one quickly, that as a senior BJP leader had once put it, that the BJP cannot do without the RSS, just as the Congress party cannot do with the Nehru Gandhi family. That apart.
Right.
Narendra Modi has grown taller than the RSS or the BJP or the government. If you talk to people, they will say unhappy with BJP, unhappy with government, but not with Narendra Modi.
Right.
Is the RSS worried? Is the leadership of government and the party BJP not listening to the RSS in the way they would like it to be?
Yeah.
Is Mr. Mohan Bhagwat expressing his displeasure in a very nice way, but the signals being quite clear?
We'll have to look.
Those are questions.
Okay, those are important questions. Those are important questions which this 3-day Man Ki Baat or Mohan Ki Baat in a sense has raised. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you all so much for joining us. That's all on Reality Check. Thanks so much for watching. Good night.